The cat's going to keep coming in because he wants out, but he's not going out. Not going out. It's bird defence, keeping him inside. Feet stay down, inhale as your arms lift. Then we're going to go out with your arms and pull down. So keep the outward movement, inhale as your arms lift. And out, exhale as your arms come down. So when your arms lift, feel like you're pushing your feet down into the ground, really rooting down. And as your arms pull down, feel like you're pulling yourself all the way up through the crown of your head. 2 more like that. Inhale, push down. Exhale, pull up all the way up to the crown of your head. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms down, drop chin to chest, soften your knees and roll down. With your knees bent, hang there for a moment. Keep your knees bent and roll your spine back up again, pulling your belly up against your spine and legs straighten as you get towards standing. Same thing with the movement of your arms, but this time look up, inhale. Look down as you exhale. Inhale, look up, pushing down into the feet. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Look down this time. Keep your legs straight and roll down. If it's pulling in your back, then bend the knees. Otherwise, really try and move your spine more rather than relying on bending the knees. Once you're all the way down, come to hands and knees. Once you're on hands and knees, we are cat-cowing the spine. Inhale as you lift the tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale as you tuck the tailbone, tuck the gaze. 2 more. Inhale as they lift. Exhale, push the ground away around your spine. 1 more time. And round the spine. Then we're going to do the same thing with your leg out to the side. So take one of your legs straight out to the side with the foot flat, toes pointing forwards, and do cat-cow again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round the spine. Again, tailbone and gaze up. If that's feeling all right and you could go a little bit deeper, go down onto your forearms. You might not have the same range of movement, but you're still going to try and round and move your spine with that leg out to the side, keeping the legs straight. 2 more. 1 more. Back up onto straight arms, bring that leg in, take the other leg out to the side, foot flat to the floor. Cat-cow with your arms straight to begin with. Really move your pelvis. That way we get into the hip joint. And if you can do the next 3 down on your forearms. More. Back up onto straight arms. Hover here, tuck your toes under and lift the knees off the ground. So your knees are about 1 inch off the floor, push the ground away, look just ahead of your hands and see if you can hug the legs up into your core strength. Feel your pelvic floor activate, your belly muscles activate, your spine long. Pull your heels down, downward facing dog, and then walk your hands towards your feet. With bent or straight legs, straight if you can, roll your spine back up again. Roll your shoulders down. Inhale as your arms lift. Catch hold of your right wrist and cross the right leg in front. Push your hips over to the right for a banana stretch. If you want to add a bit more balance into that, push more firmly through your standing leg so that the crossed leg hovers off the floor. Uncross, catch hold of your other wrist, cross your other leg in front, the blade edge of your foot to the floor initially as you go over. And then if you want to add a bit more balance, then push more strongly through your standing leg so you get taller, so the edge of your foot hovers off the floor, but keep pressing your hips over. Keep the banana stretch sensation. Come back up to centre. Arms come down, chin drops down, roll down. With straight legs if you can, really articulating through your spine as you go down. Come back down onto hands and knees and walk your hands a bit further forwards this time. So with the hands in front of you, shift your weight forwards, dip your hips and have your feet pointed. And then go back with your toes tucked. Back and forwards a few times, inhaling as you come forwards with that hip dip. Exhaling as you go back with the toes tucked. Keeping your hands on the same spot the whole time. 3 more. 2. 1. With the toes tucked, then into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And again, with straight legs, if you can, pull belly to spine and roll up through your spine, pushing down through your firm legs as you roll up. Shoulders roll down. Keep your gaze forwards, arms lift. Keep your right arm in the air, bring your left arm down by your side. Lift the left heel and try catching hold of your left foot. Press the thigh bone back a little and roll your shoulder back. If I show you from the side angle, you're trying to send the thigh bone back so you get longer in the front of your hip. And then tip forwards from the standing hip to add a bit more balance into this. Keep pushing your foot up into your hand. Make your way back up to standing. Release your arm, release your foot, and then take both arms up again. Bring your right arm down by your side, lift the right heel, catch hold of your foot. Press the thigh bone back. So start to make some space between your heel and your bottom. Tip forwards and keep pushing your heel upwards toward the ceiling. Make your way back up again. Release your arm, release your leg. Look up with your inhale, push your feet down into the ground. Look down with your exhale, legs straight if you can as you roll down. Obviously bend the knees as and when you need to. Walk forwards this time into a plank position. Shoulders press away from your ears. Imagine the knees hovering off the floor underneath your pelvis and hug the pelvic muscles in as if to lift the knees off the ground. And then we're going to bring the right knee to hover. Spin your right shin off the right side of your mat and turn your left foot flat to the floor and lift your left arm. Take your left arm over by your ear, side bend. Pressing your outer foot down to stretch the outer ankle and then arcing the ribs up a little more. When your arm comes back up, spring off the bottom hand and come all the way up and side bend the other way. Push down into your kneeling knee and stretch long through your arm lifting up. Rather than trying to just go over, get length. Come back to centre, cross your arms across your chest, lean away from your straight leg and engage the top side of your waist and come back up again. Inhale as you lean away. Exhale as you come up. If you want to make it a little harder, hands come to the head. Inhale, lean away. Exhale up to centre. When you lean away, keep the foot firmly planted on the floor. If you feel your leg lifting, don't lean quite as far. 2. One more full one. Lean away this time and stay there. Either just hover here or try opening your arms but without touching the floor for 3. Tailbone is tucked under, belly is hugging in. 2. 1. Spin round on your back foot, both hands to the floor, back to the hovered knee and straighten that leg out. Left knee comes underneath the left hip, spin your left shin off behind, plant your right foot flat and lift your right arm. Once you're there, right arm up and over by your right ear, foot pressing flat, arm reaching long. Get a nice stretch, outer ankle, outer hip, outer ribs, wherever's tight along that right side. Bring your arm up, spring off your bottom hand, come all the way up and over. Reach long from knee to fingertips. And then up we come again. I'm just going to turn around to face you. You don't need to. Cross your arms over, lean away from your straight leg until you feel about level with it, and then come back up. So think of the line from foot, knee, hip, up through your spine to your head, into that straight line. As you lean over, you've got to really use the side of your waist like a brake. If you want to go stronger, hands can come behind the head. One more time. Fantastic toning for the waist. Hover this time over at the side. Maybe open your arms. 3, tailbone under, pubic bone lifting toward the belly button. 1. Both hands come round, spin on the back foot, and then back to a plank position. Both legs extended, shoulders press away from ears. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bent or straight legs, roll your spine back up again. Pushing your front body up against your back body. Roll your shoulders round and down. Super. Another little balancy one while we're here. This time with a twist, arms lift. Twist to your right and take your arms behind and in front of you. Lift the right heel and send your right hip forwards a little so that you're not turning your hips, you're just turning your chest. And then if you want to balance more, lift the right knee, catch it with your left hand. Stand firm and straight through your standing leg as if the thigh bone is pushing back against the hamstrings. Release your leg, bring your arms down. Inhale, arms lift. Twist round to the left, one arm in front, one arm behind. Your hips might have turned with you. So lift the left heel and send your left hip forwards. And then lift the left leg if you can catch the knee, do. Keep twisting, keep a steady gaze. Leg down, both arms down. Inhale, your arms lift, look up. Exhale, arms down, look down, soft knees if you need to as you roll down. Come down to hands and knees. If you want to use a block, okay, I've got all my blocks underneath my laptop, but if you want to use a block, you can put a block at the top end of your mat like we did last week for some push-ups. And then you try and get your chest to touch the block. Place your hands on the outside edge of the block so that the block is in line with the heel of your hand. Come to plank position, so your shoulders are in line with the main palm of your hand. And then lower your knees down, toes to ceiling. Hug your belly in, bend your arms and lower your chest. You're not trying to lower your hips, so make sure you're not just dipping in the hips. Bend your arms and take the weight of your chest down and then push back up again. Good, keep doing that. If you feel that they're too easy, can't check you all at home, so make sure you're being honest with yourself. If you find them too easy, then straight legs as you go down and up. But you want to really make sure that you're not hanging in the middle when you do that. I like knees down because I know that I can do them really well and do more of them. See what works for you. Make sure there's no hunching in the shoulders. We want shoulders away, down toward the elbows. Let's try a couple more. When you're done, child's pose with a prayer position. Getting a nice opening into the armpits, triceps. And then lie all the way down onto your tummy and take your arms out wide. Think of yourself like an aeroplane, arms out wide to the side, palms to the floor. Okay, so we're just going to engage as you exhale, pulling up pelvic floor, drawing in like there's a toggle, pulling all the cords of your abdominal muscles and pelvic floor muscles in. Add to that when you exhale, floating your arms. So when your arms lift, core muscles engage. Inhale, arms go down. Exhale, arms lift, core muscles engage. Keep them engaged, but still working at a little extra oomph as the arms come up. Same thing, but lift your head and chest. So when your arms float, head and chest lift. Inhale as you go down. Exhale, arms lift, head and chest lift. Inhale as you go down. Make sure that when you come up and do that, you are staying actively lifted in the pelvic floor, actively narrow in your central core. 2 more. Stay lifted on this last one. Add a little bit more by inhaling your arms by your side, exhaling your arms out wide. Inhale your arms by your side, exhale your arms a bit further forwards. Inhale arms out down by your side, exhale arms a bit further forwards again. You can take it where your arms end up going all the way out in front. Can we check that we're still engaging through pelvic floor, strongly into our core, so when the arms go out in front, we don't feel there's a bulging out of the waist or an unnecessary pressure through the back. Either arms by side, wide or in front. Side is easier, wide is middle, arms in front is harder, and float your legs off the ground. For 3. Lengthen your legs, engage your buttock muscles. For 2. For 1. And then release down and sit into child's pose. And relax your arms wherever they feel most relaxed. Come to sitting, cross-legged ideally. And then cross your arms across your chest, inhale. Exhale, twist to your right, and then exhale a bit more and twist a bit deeper. Inhale, centre. Exhale, twist to your left, exhale a bit more, twist deeper. Inhale, centre. Exhale, exhale deeper, inhale. Exhale, exhale deeper, inhale. Feel you're pulling in the belly muscles and using the belly muscles to twist yourself around into that double depth twist. 1 more. When you come to centre, switch the cross of your arms over and just lean over one way and then back to centre. Lean over the other way and centre. As if your back's against a wall and it's just brushing the wall as you go from side to side, keeping both your shoulders on the imaginary wall behind. When you go over to the right this time, take your right hand to the floor, take your left arm up and over, side bend, and arc your side bend over your right thigh and reach beyond your right thigh and feel your ribs and your waist pulling back into almost like a cat arch. Come up with your hand across to the right ear and draw your head across into a neck stretch. Releasing hand to floor, side bend the other way. And then arc it round, so your right ribs will come round toward the left thigh and reach over, looking at the left thigh, pressing your ribs back, waist back. As you come up, bring your hand to your ear and draw your head across. And then release your head, undo your legs, coming down onto your back. So arms in front and roll your way down onto your spine. Bring your legs together. And have your arms by your side, but with your hands resting on your tummy. And feel a firmness narrowing in across the belly, not necessarily pushing flat to the floor, but a narrowing in, a gathering in of the core muscles. Chin slightly in so the back of the neck is long. Inhale, and as you exhale, extend the right leg, keep the knees touching. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, left leg extends, keep knees touching. Inhale, foot to floor. Then lift both heels, just the heels, so toes still on the floor, and inhale. Exhale, right leg extends. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, left leg extends. Inhale, foot to floor. Exhale, both heels lift. Inhale, heels down. One more round of that. Single, single, and a double. Then we can make it a little stronger. Interlace your hands behind your head, abdominal curl. Inhale, exhale, right leg extends. Inhale, foot to floor. Gaze at your tummy. It should remain unchanged as the legs move. An inward, backward action. Then try a double leg extension. Inhale, foot to feet to floor. Exhale, right. Inhale, down. Exhale, left. Inhale, down. And you can do double heels or double straight legs. One more round like that. Right. If you're doing the double straight legs, make sure the back doesn't ping up through the action of the double legs extending. If it is, then go back to the heel lifts. Bring both knees in towards your chest. Hands around the back of your thighs and pull yourself up a little higher so we get a bit more of an upper back curl, but keep the tailbone down to the floor. Bring your knees in using your tummy strength to gather the knees in towards your chest, touch ankles. Single leg as your arms lift up toward the ceiling. Circle your arms around, back to the legs. Other single leg, arms to the ceiling. Circle round, back to the ankles. Double leg maybe. Circle round, back to the ankles. Continue single, single, double, or continue just doubles all the way. Obviously that's the harder one. Double leg extension. Or double leg stretch. It's full name. Keeping the chest lifted, making sure that when the arms go up, we don't drop back at all. We're really tapping down into the tummy to keep the lift of the chest. One more time. Hands come back behind your head again. Straighten out your left leg and twist to the right knee, then twist a bit deeper. Bend both legs, inhale. Exhale, straighten right leg, twist to the left knee, twist a bit deeper. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, deeper, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist, deeper, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, inhale. Exhale, twist, twist, inhale. Another each side. And then all the way down. Butterfly stretch. Butterfly arms if you can. Relax. Legs straight, arms straight, full body stretch. And then just before we complete the rest of the stretches, we'll do a round of shoulder bridges. Arms down, feet flat to the floor. 2 plain bridges to begin with. Press into feet, curl up tailbone and roll up till you're along the level line of your shoulder blades. Inhaling, exhale, rolling back down. Do one more plain shoulder bridge like that, just a regular old shoulder bridge, up and down. We're going to add a little bit more glute strength by lifting the right leg into a knee fold and do 2 more with your right leg in a knee fold. So the left leg has to work a little bit harder and you're trying to keep the hips level and prevent as much as you can any swaying. A little bit stronger through the left leg. When you've done 2 with the right leg in a knee fold, switch so the left leg's in a knee fold. Keep your right foot planted as steadily as you can to the floor and feel your attention in the back of your right leg, working through the glutes by pressing through the foot. Feel the back of your leg activated. Resist the movement down, keep the leg activated. Repeat again, 2 on the right leg lifted, 2 on the left leg lifted. If this is uncomfortable in your back, of course, then you just stick with the regular shoulder bridges without the leg lift. Sometimes if we've got a little tweak in our back, asymmetrical poses like this are a bit more challenging and not necessarily the best thing to be doing. When you come down, both feet to the floor, cross your right ankle onto your left knee and come into figure 4 stretch. See if we can kind of wriggle the hips down a bit, broaden your shoulders. And then release, straighten your right leg in the air. If you've got that strap, you can put it around your foot. And straighten the knee, keep your shoulders down. And again, check the chin is slightly tucked. We don't want the head to fall back where the chin feels pokey. Release, left ankle onto right knee, hands behind the right leg. And then left leg in the air, band around your foot if you need to. And then release that leg down. Both knees hug in, nose towards your knees, curl into a ball. And then release your ball out into a restful position. And then feel the heavy joints of your body release. Your heavy shoulders releasing your arms. Your heavy hips releasing your legs. Release your spine and the weight of your head. Release the weight of your brain inside your head. The weight of your eyes behind your closed lids. The weight of your rib cage. Let go of heaviness to experience a moment of lightness. Feeling really light about everything in this moment. Light in your body, light in your breath, light in your mind, and very lightly attached to each moment that passes. So you don't get stuck or caught up in anything. Light as a feather, travelling with the air that moves. Wriggle your fingers and your toes and stretch your whole body long. If you feel energetic enough, you can bring your arms forwards and roll your spine up to sit, or you can just turn to your side in a more gentle way. Once you're up to sitting, bring your hands together and give yourself a well done, well done. And to each and every one of you, well done. Thank you all.